Roasting and grilling are great ways to get deep caramelized flavor onto vegetables. Think broccoli, red peppers, and even green beans. But Elle's here to show us a new, at least new to us, way that might even be the best of all.
That's right. We were inspired by a cooking technique from the Sichuan province called dry frying. With that, you cook the beans twice. First deep fried, then stir fried with aromatics. Then the outsides are blistered until they have nice deep in flavor. But we needed a faster way to get to those results. So we're starting with a pound of green beans, and they just need to be trimmed, and it's a pretty quick process.
This was always one of my jobs when I was a kid.
Me too,
yeah.
Me too. All right, so we have a pound of green beans here.
Okay.
Now, when we were trying to figure out a way to cook these beans faster, we tried just frying them straight up. They got tougher and tougher every time. It was horrible. What we found was that steaming is actually the fastest and best way to go.
So we're pre-steaming them, later on frying.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna steam them in the microwave.
Even better.
Even better, even faster.
Yes.
So first, all we have to do is rinse these beans. All right, that looks great. So I'm gonna go back into the bowl with these beans, and we're not gonna dry them because we're gonna use this extra water for steaming. So I'm just gonna cover it, and go in the microwave for 6 to 12 minutes, and they'll need a little tending to, so we're gonna give it a stir every 3 minutes. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes, and our beans are steamed. They've gotten us halfway to our dry frying process. So they're just gonna dry off on this paper towel lined plate.
And they're still green.
Yes, they're still green. So these are done. I'm just gonna set them aside.
Okay.
And we're gonna do something a little different with these beans today.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna add panko breadcrumbs. And we're using panko because they absorb far less oil than standard breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna just put them here in our spice grinder because breaking them up a little bit helps them stick to the beans.
Okay.
And so we don't wanna overdo it. We're looking for the texture of couscous. So that was 2 tablespoons of panko, it's a couple of blitzes. Okay, so I'm gonna toast these breadcrumbs in a 12-inch nonstick skillet over medium-low heat with 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. We'll know they're ready when they turn golden brown. So it's been about 5 or so minutes, and you know they're ready because they're nice and golden brown.
It smells like toast in here.
I know, right? So I'm just gonna take it off the heat.
All right.
And I'm gonna add 3/4 teaspoon kosher salt because panko really doesn't have much flavor on its own.
It does not.
It needs a little help. We have 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a stir. That looks great. We're gonna put this aside and start working on our beans. All right, it's time to fry these beans.
Yes, yes.
So we have this nonstick skillet over high heat. This is the same skillet we use to make our breadcrumbs.
Okay.
I've added 2 tablespoons of oil, and you'll know it's ready to start cooking when it starts to smoke. So it's time to go. I'm gonna add these beans in a single layer.
All right.
And no stirring.
That's a really good thing that you dried those off. Can you imagine if all that water went into that skillet?
Oh, it'd have been frightening. So you just make sure that they're all touching the bottom of the pan, a good single layer. So it's been 4 minutes. These beans are charred beautifully. They're more tender than before. So I'm just giving these a final turn, another 4 to 5 minutes so that they can char all over.
Sounds good. All right, so how is it that green beans can spend such a long time over high heat and not turn mushy? Well, green bean cell walls contain hemicellulose and pectin, and these 2 compounds help to give green beans their structure. Now, their structure also comes from a polymer called lignin. Lignin literally means wood-like compound. So the hemicellulose, the pectin, and the lignin all contribute to green beans' firmness even after a long stay in a hot skillet.
All right, they're ready to go. So I'm just gonna get these green beans on the platter, but I'm gonna leave all of the excess oil in the skillet. And you know what else is gonna add to the flavor? Panko we made earlier. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that on top.
Those are gorgeous. Unbelievable aroma in here as well.
Let's dig in.
All right. Mmm.
Wow, they're tender,
Oh, yeah.
deep flavors.
Really, really deep roasted almost flavor. Caramelized on the outside. But the interior is still nice and firm. I love that little bit of crunch. It's beautiful.
And a little kick. Did you get the kick?
Yeah, this kick is coming.
Yeah.
The black pepper and the red pepper 1-2 punch. Oh yeah. Well, there you go. To get unbelievably deep and rich flavor into green beans, rinse and then microwave green beans. Create a crunchy topping by cooking and seasoning panko breadcrumbs. Sear those green beans in a single layer until they're charred all over. Transfer them to a serving bowl and then sprinkle with those crumbs. So from America's Test Kitchen to your kitchen, skillet-charred green beans with crispy breadcrumb topping.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.